I find a different lick here. Hello everybody. I have been so busy with recording videos and everything, spending time with my kids, spending time with family, spending time with friends. So, Dominic got a haircut, as you can see. Anyways, so I have a list here, okay, of things that annoy the crap out of me. And like bothers me. So I'm gonna go down this list. It's Dominic's new toy. Alright, that's the last time I'm doing it. Alright, so I'm gonna delete these off my list as I go. Okay, so first one that really, not only is it annoying, but it's really rude and kind of just not table manner like, is people who chew like they live in a barn. Chewing very loudly, you know. That annoys the crap out of me. It really does. Another thing. So I'm at a restaurant, or I'm at a store, you know, and I understand it's hard to control your kids and make them do something that you want them to do, or to stop doing something that they're doing that not only annoys other people, but they shouldn't do it because it's rude and you're trying to raise them right. I understand it's hard to do that, but at least try. Where I'm going with this is people who let their kids scream and cry. People who let their kids throw tantrums and ignore it. They don't try to correct it, or they don't attempt to calm them down. Me, I'm constantly doing it. If I'm out and about with my kids, especially Dominic, and he's like screaming because he's in trouble or he doesn't get his way, I'm constantly going, shh, you know. You're inside the store, you're in a restaurant, you know, you gotta keep your voice down, you got inside voice. If you want to scream and yell, you wait till we get home and you can go outside in the backyard and play and do all of that. But you don't do it inside. You lower your voice. So, I mean, there are a lot of parents out there who don't try. They just let it go, they let it happen. They think it's funny. They like the attention, I guess. I don't know. My hair's bugging me. I don't know. It really annoys the crap out of me when, say, I go into Walmart or a smaller store, such as like Dollar Tree. If I go there and it's nice and quiet. Oh, I love quietness every once in a while. You know, because I deal with pinched nerves in my spine, and it causes headaches, migraines, and other issues. I like to have quietness every once in a while. So, I'll go, like, if I don't want to go to Walmart where it's noisy and loud, I'll go to, like, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, where there's very little people. And, no, you do it. And then all of a sudden, kids start screaming and crying, and parents are just letting it happen. Like, seriously. It's a small store. It's going to travel. It's going to carry. It's going to get loud and louder. And plus, not only that, but my surgery on my right ear. Okay, this is my right ear. I had surgery on my eardrum. You can find that video somewhere in my list of videos. There. But I had a hole on my ear, in my eardrum, and they had to go cover it and fix it. At least try to. So my ear, it's been over a year since I had my surgery, but still it's sensitive. You know, it's still healing, it's still sensitive, it kind of hurts. High pitched noise gets to my ear and it hurts, and I can feel the vibration, and it bothers my ear, and I start getting a headache from it and dealing with a pain that lasts for a while. Sometimes it lasts all day. People who interrupt other people who are talking, like if you're at a gathering or you're in a meeting and there are people talking, there are other people who just randomly jump in and it's like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah, you know, and just start talking. I'm like, dude, it's kind of rude, it's disrespectful, and annoying. Like, you ever heard the 3-second rule? You wait for a person to stop and count to 3 right when they stop talking. If they don't start talking after number 3, then you can talk. It's rude to interrupt or just start talking over other people. I mean, I growing up, I got in trouble, all kinds of trouble for that. Oh my gosh, especially by my mom. She hated when I did that. Here's one thing, another thing that does bother me, since we're going through the list, just to throw it in there because it's not in my list. You know how when you're with people and you guys are joking around, and then, you know, this new person or, you know, somebody you know doesn't really joke around like you guys do, they're serious, they say something insulting, hurtful, mean, you know, and then they try to play it off like, oh, I wasn't being mean, ha ha ha, I was just being funny, I was just, you know, trying to be funny, I was joking. No. People can tell when you're joking and when you're not joking. Whether they just met you or whether they've known you for years, they can tell the two apart. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. I mean, there is a certain extent, a certain line you do not cross when it comes to joking with others. Okay, like me and my brother, Brain Half Cook, we joke with each other, but we don't insult each other unless, well, we don't really insult each other. We used to back in high school. That was back when we were in high school, though. You know, that was when we were young, dumb, and was learning from certain situations and things that we've been put through and, you know, everything else. Anyways, so, with that said, you gotta be careful with what you say, too, because there are other people out there who cannot tell if you are joking or not, and if they feel like you're not joking, they're gonna feel like you insulted them, you're mean, you're being hurtful with your words, but yet you're joking. So you gotta be careful with what you joke about, okay? Because just there's a certain line you don't cross with joking. You know, name calling, no, that's a no. You know, calling somebody dumb or you're stupid, you know, or cussing them out, you know, name, like, forgive me for saying this, Lord, but calling somebody the B word, bitch. It's also another word for a female dog, but a lot of people use it to insult others. And if you're joking and you slip up and call somebody that or something else, that hurts. It can hurt them. So you definitely be careful with what you say and how you say it. But like I said, there's a certain line that you don't want to get to or cross when you're joking with somebody. And that is like one line you don't cross. Now, if you've been friends with I'm not saying, you know, it's okay to do this, but if you've been friends with that person for so long and you go and call them that and they call you a name back, you know, I guess that's okay. They're okay with it, but if they're not, they need to speak up. I am not okay with it. So don't call me names I don't care if you're joking or not. Just don't. It's disrespectful. It's bullying. It's rude. And it's just childish. So, back to my list. The way certain people drive. By that I mean people who talk while driving, eating while driving, doing their makeup while driving, people who don't use their signals, people who are not very safe when they drive. Like, you could be on a 3 or 4 way lane highway and you're all the way in the fast lane to on far left, and your exit's coming up and it's on the far right, and you just go all the way across every single lane just to get to your exit. You're cutting people off or not even being safe, and you're just, you're not going from one lane driving, another lane, then drive, and then another lane. You're just straight going across. Like, that bothers me. It's unsafe. Not only that, but it's not smart. It's just, people, it's just, they need to be smart while driving. I mean, some of these people, I think they got their license on a Cracker Jack box, because they can't drive right or even park correctly. Like, people who take up 2 parking spots, or people who park on the striped lanes, or striped lanes, the little section like at grocery stores. People who park on, I'm going to show you a picture. Check this picture out. People who park like that, I wonder if they got their license out of a Cracker Jack box or cereal box or something, because you clearly see those are lines. That is for emergency vehicles only. So stop and think, people, when you're driving. People who think, who think they can go through the lights. Okay, you're driving, you got the street lights, stoplights and stuff. People who say, okay, it's yellow, I can still make it, blah, 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 and they run a red light. Obviously, you can't make it. So if it's yellow, it means you slow down. Green means go, yellow means slow down and yield. And red obviously means stop, like the stop sign, because it's red and it says stop, you stop. Okay? There's a lot of horrible drivers. Horrible drivers. Check out my brother's channel, Brain Half Cooked. Okay? Look him up. I'm a subscriber to his channel because he actually has a really good channel, and half of his videos I'm laughing all the time. Like, they're hilarious. So, and he mainly talks about idiot drivers, people who don't drive safe. Ow. Okay. Did you take out the wipes? Or is this an empty container I'm letting you play with? That's an empty container. The toy gun's not going to fit in there. Look, he's trying to fit this gun. It doesn't fit. There you go. But he can try. Anyways, people who trash, like throw trash out of their car while they're driving, or people who just leave their trash on a picnic table or on the ground, and there's a trash can like 2 or 3 feet away from them. People who basically are known as litter bugs. I don't care if it's a candy wrapper, cigarette butt. I don't care if it's frickin' sucker stick. It's still trash. It's destroying our earth. Just throw it away. And if you don't want to keep it in your car, get a plastic grocery bag and use that as a trash bag and throw your trash in it so your car is not filled with trash everywhere. Like, come on, people. It bothers me that there are people out there who are littering trash all over, the trash everywhere. Like, we gotta take better care of our world, our earth. If not, there's not gonna be anything left. There's not gonna be any parks or areas for our kids to go to and play because there's so much trash and broken glass. I'm pretty sure there's broken glass at parks and stuff, and it's disturbing. It's scary. I don't let my kids play at parks because of it. Minus this one park I took my kids to yesterday, which you'll see that video later on today because I still have to edit it. It was for my friend's daughter's birthday party, and she was turning 7, and they had it at a park, and everything looked new. Like it looked like they just added these swings and stuff, so it looked updated, and I was okay with it. I mean, I still checked areas to make sure there was no graffiti, profanities, nasty crap written on these slides and stuff, and I checked for things that could harm my kids because I'm very protective. A lot of people think I'm overprotective, but you know what? You can never be overly protective when it comes to your kids, especially at such a young age. But when they do get to a certain age, you do gotta let them blossom. You gotta kind of not be so clingy and protective. I mean, still care, still worry, still love them, and still protect them. But let them spread their wings. Let them blossom a little bit, you know. If they're 14, 15 years old, let them go stay the night at their friend's house, you know, on the weekend or something, you know. Oh, this one kind of goes back to chewing with your mouth full. It's a manner thing and respect. But in general, manners and respect, like, people nowadays don't raise their kids to have manners, to have respect, not only for stuff, but for people, even people they know, people they don't know, animals. Like, they don't have a lot of respect. Like, they have none at all, or even manners. And I teach my kids they need to respect things, they need to respect animals, they need to respect people, and they need to respect rules. They need to have manners, and having manners to me is a form of respect. I mean, I teach my kids, hey, to have manners, you gotta have respect. To have respect, that means you take good care of your stuff. That means you respect your items. Okay? Not only that, but you're respecting rules. Like, if somebody says, take your shoes off, leave them at the door as soon as you enter my home. You know, that's their rules. You respect that. You take your shoes off, you put them nicely on the little mat by the front door, and you do that. You just listen to that. Okay? That is respect. And it's manners because you're not tracking in dirt or mud or snow or salt, whatever, you know, that's could be outside, you know, during whatever season it is. So I'm very picky about that. I teach my kids manners and respect every day throughout the day. You know, it's very hard, especially when they don't understand why or understand how to. So I just go step by step, little steps. I teach them what it means and how to do it. And then I teach them to do it, you know, because, you know, kids nowadays, they don't listen, they don't do it. They're not being taught it either. So that's one of my major things with my kids is manners and respect. It's the same thing as chew with your mouth open. Oh my God. I had to get on my daughter yesterday because when we were eating dinner, she was like chewing and smacking her mouth, and food was just flying out, and it was just so disgusting and very rude and bad table manners. I was like, you were not born in a barn. I did not raise you to be like this. You never used to be like this. What happened? So I had to correct her, and she apologized, and I respected that and said thank you. As me by saying thank you to her, I appreciate that. No, she was my clothes from now on. I said that's my way of respecting you for saying you're sorry. Lazy people. Okay, back to the topic of how people were throwing trash out their car, or trash cans 2 or 3 feet away from them, and they don't want to get up, or if it's right next to them and they don't want to get up to throw their trash away. It's also a sign of laziness. And if you're home all day, you should not be lazy. You should clean. Careful. He's showing you a toy that he found in the toy box. Especially if you're, watch out, honey. Don't get too close to the screen. Thank you. Like if you're at McDonald's or Burger King, Wendy's, whatever, a restaurant, and they don't have bussers. You clean up your own mess. You self-bus yourself, whatever you want to call it. That probably didn't make sense. Oh well. You basically get up and clean off your trash, your tray, throw everything away. You put the tray on top of the trash can where they have the little spot for it, for the tray. Not only that, but it teaches you how to be independent and responsibility. Clean up after yourself. People who don't do that and they leave their messes on the table, I see as laziness, as they're lazy. They expect others to take care of it for them, like they're entitled to be served that way. No. Honestly, people actually do bust their butts at, at fast food restaurants. I used to work there. It's hard, especially when people come in with like 2 or 3 separate orders, and some of them are very long, and then they want to change it, or you have an ice cream machine down, or you're out of pies. There's been times where we ran out of pie, like apple pie, and we had to hurry up and cook them, and we want to make sure it's cooked all the way and cooked right. So we would tell them it's going to be a few minutes, and they get mad, and they got to change their whole order because they feel like they have to, because they don't have that one item, which is fine. Customers are always right in most cases. But, there are a lot to do. So, it would be nice if people who came in, and knowing we don't have busters, they bust themselves. They get up, throw your trash away. You ain't got to wipe down the table, because that's what the crew is for. It's upside down, I think. So, yeah, people who don't clean up after themselves, or choose not to do anything even though they're capable of doing it, are lazy. People who choose to live off the government and not get a job, it's laziness. And freeloading drives me insane. Like, I'm trying to find a job. There's a couple places that called me and was like, hey, we want you back. Do you want to come back? And I'm like, well, give me some time so I can figure things out and go from there, because I am pregnant and I have to worry about Dominic and stuff. You alright? Yeah. So, there are things that I have to have set up before I accept their job offer. Not only that, but they have to find something available for me because of me being pregnant. So, that's another thing that kind of makes it a little hard for me to find a job. So, I'm going down my list. And this is already at 20-something minutes. Alright, people who constantly complain about something that they can fix or do on their own, and it, again, choose not to because they're lazy, or it's too hard and they think they won't be able to do it or whatever. Like, if you're going to complain about something, get up and handle it. Don't just whang, no, don't whine about it all the time. Like, if you don't like where your life is going, get off your butt. Change it. Make changes in your life. I didn't like the fact that I was having trouble breathing. I didn't like the fact that sometimes when I took a hit off a cigarette, my chest was hurting and felt like it was caving in. Or for the simple fact that I felt so out of shape, because of it and stuff. So I quit smoking. Around the time that I got married, I quit smoking. And I'm glad I did, because shortly after I found out I was pregnant. And it's been that way ever since. I haven't had a cigarette since, like, the beginning of November of last year, 2016. That was the last time I had a cigarette. How many months is that? November, December, November, December, January, February, March, April, now May. So, it's about 7 months. I'm almost down to a year. Woo-hoo. So yeah, if you're going to complain about something, especially if it's your lifestyle, you can get up and make those changes yourself. Quit complaining about it and do something about it. People who are specifically older people, adults, even young adults, 17, 18 years old, they want to act like they're still in high school and not be an adult and grown up and not just mooch off people, but they start drama. They want to start fights. They want to start rumors and lies and spread it all over town. If not, spread it throughout the whole city or the state or the world, People who definitely talk bad about other people, spreading lies, saying this person's this way or doing this or doing that, saying this, doing drugs or something. These people are not acting like that or doing drugs and stuff, basically lying and spreading rumors around. It's just very wrong and immature. It's high school. It's middle school. It's childish. Get over it. Stop it. Grow up. It's a form of bullying, and not only that, but it's defamation of character and it's slandering. You can get sued for that. I mean, I got people who's out there talking about me that ain't true, spreading lies, spreading rumors. I can go and I can sue them for buku bucks, meaning hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars. I choose not to because I'm not stupid down to their level. Eventually, they're going to quit. Eventually, they're going to realize what they've done was wrong. And they're going to probably stop and then say sorry. Or they're just going to stop and not do it again. You don't know? I don't know. I really don't care. But it is kind of stupid. It's immature. It's annoying. It really bothers me that there are people out there like that. Some people let that stuff get to them. Like, oh, they're talking about me. Stop it. Yeah. They're spreading rumors. They're lying. People are like that. People are sensitive to their feelings. Like, for me, you talk bad about my kids. You don't take good care of my kids. You don't treat my kid how they should be treated. That's going to bother me. You call me a bad name and start lying about me, yeah, that's going to bother me, but I'm not going to, whine about it. I'm just going to let it go. I got dirt or something on my phone. But not only that, but like I said, it's defamation of character. It's slander. And people who talk like that purposely to make that person look bad, that also does bother me. That just shows their maturity level. So, something that disgusts me, not only annoys me, but it's kind of disgusting. People who take their pets for a walk, like dogs. Some people honestly take their cats for walks. They let their cat or their dog take a crap in other people's yards and don't clean it up. Now, yes, poop is like manure. It's a fertilizer. It's good for, the lawn, for the dirt, the grass and stuff. But there are people out there who don't want it in their yard. I don't want it in my yard. My kids play in the yard. I let my kids play out front. I go outside. We sometimes sit on a blanket, or we'll just plain old sit in the grass. And we read a book, or we'll sit on the edge of the grass and we talk on the sidewalk. We don't want to sit in doggy poop or cat poop. We don't want to sit in any of that. That's disgusting. So please clean up after your animals. If you let them go use the potty, number 2, in somebody else's yard, take a couple bags with you and pick it up. Please. Here, Dominic, come get this toy. It's just very gross. I mean, if I was living on a farm, or, well, not really living on a farm, I wouldn't mind it. If I was living somewhere where I had a huge backyard and my kids had a spot where they could chalk, instead of having them sit in the front yard and chalk on the sidewalk, like I said a moment ago that we normally do, I wouldn't care. Let your dog, let your pets poop in my front yard. We're out back. We're not going to sit in the front yard. We have no reason to. And oh my God, people with crappy hygiene, poor hygiene, okay? Meaning, you're not showering often. You don't wash your hands after you use the bathroom. You don't wash your hands after you handle trash or recyclables. You don't wash your hands after you change your child. I've been to Walmart so many times to change Dominic, or just to wash my hands because I touched a car door and I know I'm going to be in the produce aisle picking apples and bananas and stuff, and I don't want to get germs and stuff on it. I'll go to the bathroom and I'll wash my hands properly, And there are people in there who go and change, women, they change their babies' poop and they don't wash their hands. Ugh. Oh God, just thinking about grosses me out. Whew. Oh my God, my eyes are watering. Dominic, come here, babe. And people who don't teach their kids to wash their hands, it's disgusting. Crappy hygiene. Oh my God, my eyes won't stop watering. I made this topic last because I knew I was going to get an upset stomach from this. But seriously, when you handle certain things, even if you go to the store and you're looking through the clothes and you're moving the hangers, the clothes, the items and stuff, you're going through trying to find your size or just see what they have, wash your hands afterwards instead of going from there to touching food and stuff, because you don't know how many other people have went to the bathroom, took a crap, wiped themselves, or went and peed and wiped themselves, or guys that went and peed and they touch themselves and they shake their thing like they're supposed to. How many people don't wash their hands after that? And they just touch something that you just touched, and then you're going to go and touch food. That is how germs and diseases get spread, because you're not keeping up with your hygiene. You're not washing your hands. You're not washing these clothes and stuff you buy. You just straight up wear them right after you buy it, instead of washing it before you wear it. It's disgusting. That's how germs stuff gets spread. And that's how people get diseases and get sick. I mean, you guys are probably thinking, oh, she's stupid and overreacting. No. No. I've seen enough people that I could write a freaking full page short story about certain people, what they did, and how they touched this and touched that, and oh, I could seriously write a short story on how many people did that and didn't wash their hands and touch certain things, or it's just disgusting. I mean, I dust almost every day now. Because it's springtime. I dust. I vacuum. I do the dishes multiple times a day. Even though I'm playing in the water, not really playing in the water, but doing dishes, and my hands are with warmish to hot water and soap, I still wash my hands before I touch dirty dishes, sometimes after I touch dirty dishes. I'm constantly, every other day, cleaning the bathroom, cleaning the kitchen every day, doing laundry 2 to 3 times a week. And I still wash my hands. Like, it don't matter what I touch. See, I'm touching this. I don't know if my son just went like that and then touched it, and I don't know if there's snot boogers all over it, but I'm touching it. When I get up, I'll go to the bathroom, I'll wash my hands. And then I'll wash my hands again when I'm done using the bathroom. Like, I'm picky about that. So people with horrible hygiene grosses me out. I don't like being around people who have bad hygiene, because not only do they smell, but you don't know what kind of germs and stuff they're carrying. So, yeah. It's gross. Anyways, speaking of going to the bathroom, I have to go. That's all I have to talk about. That was on my list here. I hope you like this video, and if you agree, hit that thumbs up button, share the video. Also, comment below what kind of videos you want to see. If you want to see more videos like this, like I said, comment below. Check out the links in my description box. Also, go find my one video about me having a Facebook page, because I have a Facebook page now for specifically about my YouTube channel, and I can be friends with all of my fans. And if you guys don't get notifications from YouTube, because I know sometimes that glitches and stuff and people don't always get the notifications, make sure that bell by the subscribe button is gray, filled in gray, because that's how it lets you know that, hey, there's a new video up. If it's not filled in, you're not going to get the notification. Even if it's filled in, sometimes you're not always going to get that notification. So I made a Facebook page for that, and I can stay more in contact with my fans, and they can help me create other videos and tell me what they like, what they don't like. They could private talk to me if they got advice for me, if they want, or if they need advice from me, they need tips from me or something, they can get a hold of me that way. I check it 2 to 3 times a day, throughout the day, of course. Not every day, but every other day. So eventually, yes, I will get to you. I will. I will write you back. It may not be right then and there, but I will write you back. Did you find an airplane? So yeah, that's it for today. Definitely check out my other videos. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. And remember, I love you. And oh yeah, life is short and so am I. Enjoy your life. Bye.